everybody, and welcome back to the United Stand. These are your hot takes. We are going to discuss your hottest takes as sent in by you guys, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, there is some spicy ones, so we are going to discuss it. But before we get into that, can we just give a shout out to this location, 11th Central.
Yep.
Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I'm looking across at Old Trafford. That stadium deserves more. It deserves points on the board.
Yep.
It deserves a team that will give everything out there on the pitch. It deserves a fan base that are happy and roaring on this Manchester United side. So how do we get there? Well, let's discuss your hot takes and just have a general chit-chat around Manchester United. So the first one is, I feel like there's going to be people on two sides of the fence on this one. Ruben Amorim is following on from Sir Alex Ferguson. His managerial story is going to be the same as Sir Alex Ferguson's, where he started off poorly and then next thing you know, you never look back.
Okay, let me just start. Now, that is obviously a crazy hot take to say he's following on or he's going to repeat Sir Alex Ferguson's journey, because obviously that is a GOAT, that is the greatest manager of all time, and to repeat that will be a big accomplishment. But I feel like a lot of people are just desperate for a drastic turnaround.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are kind of just thinking like, oh, don't worry, like this manager went through this and that manager went through that, so it should happen with Amorim. I don't think football's that simple. I don't think it works out for every single manager, but there is a bit of hope there, a little bit of optimism, which I can't blame people for having.
It's the hope that kills you, isn't it? It's
Literally.
like when you've maybe got a partner and things just are not going well at all, and you're like, they're going to change. Oh, I just watched, a film today where they changed and managed to turn it around, so my partner's going to do that, and you've just got no signs at all apart from blind faith and hope. I mean, I hope it happens, but Sir Alex Ferguson is literally a once-in-a-lifetime
He's the greatest manager of all time. So,
and even he didn't start off this badly.
Yeah, no, I don't remember him being 15th and almost getting relegated. Maybe, I don't know. To be honest, I wasn't there for the whole time, but I don't think it was this bad.
I don't agree with that one, but get in the comments what you guys think.
All right, so the next one it's about Sesko. Yeah, interesting one. A lot of debates around Sesko and how well he's going to do. But the hot take is Sesko will outscore Alexander Isak this season. I mean, please, Beth, just let me know. What are your opinions on that?
It's not out of the question.
Is it not?
If Ruben Amorim either changes or he goes, it's not out of the question. I do think Sesko has massive amounts of potential. I don't think he's a single patch on Alexander Isak. Let me get that clear. I think Alexander Isak is one of the best strikers in Europe. Sesko is not yet.
Yeah.
He's got potential though. But the thing is, what Isak has is competition. Isak has Ekitike, who started the season really well. They've got other really good players there. You've got your Gakpos, you've got other players that are fighting for that position. And I'm not sure if an Ekitike and Isak, Strike Force, and Salah all at the same time, and Gakpo, who started the season really well, can all play together. So I don't know if he's going to get in the Premier League. I don't think he'll get as many minutes as Sesko, which is wild to say. Sesko's competing with who? Joshua Zirkzee and Chido Obi? Like, come on now.
Mason Mount
for the false 9. So, purely based off game time, it's not out of the question. If you brought in tomorrow a competent manager that can get this team working, putting crosses into the box, you could easily see Benjamin Sesko take off based off his potential. But if it stays the way it is with Ruben Amorim in charge, playing this way, then I don't see it. Isak's just too good, and Liverpool score too many goals. We don't score.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely don't think he will score as many as Isak, but I understand the whole argument as to like the amount of minutes they're playing and also the amount of opportunities Sesko's going to get will possibly be more than Isak. But I just feel like the quality around Isak just allows him to get more opportunities during the game. Like Isak could play 30 minutes in a game compared to Sesko's 90 minutes and get way more opportunities in that 30 minutes than Sesko might in 90. So, and as well, we're assuming that Sesko will be our top goal scorer. It could be Mbeumo, it could be Bruno, you know what I mean? So
I don't think it's as laughable as you first think when it first comes up. But following on from that, there was another hot take that I saw that I want to bring into this one.
Go on.
And that is that a front three of Zirkzee, Cunha and Mbeumo will bring back Jogo Bonito. Good football. Do you think Zirkzee is like maybe something we're not utilising as much in terms of a facilitator? I don't think we've actually seen a front three of Zirkzee, Cunha and Mbeumo. Both are really good at kind of running off the striker. Zirkzee's good at linking up play. Could that be something that Amorim could trial that could make us more fluid?
Yeah, I definitely think so. And I think the fact that when we saw Mason Mount start the season in that position, we saw a lot of good football between that fluid kind of front three. And I feel like Zirkzee would be more of a fluid front three because he's not going to be an out-and-out number 9. He's not going to be a target man. He's going to drop in deep. He's going to try and link up play with Mbeumo, Cunha, maybe Bruno, Ahmad potentially. So I feel like that movement across the front three, across those attacking players, could be something that I actually feel like Amorim prefers in a sense. I feel like he does actually want different players who can do different positions. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Zirkzee take his opportunities and Amorim actually give a bit of a preference towards Zirkzee in certain games.
I think the issue that Amorim's sort of going against himself with in his head, where he's having arguments with himself, is I don't know if the recruitment was fully aligned together this summer.
Yeah.
I think there was an idea that Amorim wanted midfield, wing backs. He did want an experienced striker. Obviously, he wanted number 10, and there's what INEOS delivered. And he wanted an experienced goalkeeper as well. I get you can't have it all in one season, but they delivered 2 number 10s, Bruno into midfield. People think it is Amorim's decision. We'll never fully know, but if it is, then he has to kind of die on that hill. And a striker that cost 70 million, that wasn't really his top option. I think Sesko's got potential, but he's not the exact striker that Ruben Amorim would usually go for in the way that he wants to play. So he's got Sesko, who cost 70 mil this summer, who's kind of got pressure to play. And then you've got a situation where you kind of beg for Bruno Fernandes to stay, but you've got 2 number 10s that were 2 of the best players in the league last year. So it's like, I need to play. Realistically, I think if he admitted to himself, Bruno needs to play in the 10, but I'm not dropping Cunha or Mbeumo, so that's stifling me. Could it be a more fluid front three like he did at the start of the season? Oh, but everyone's going to be like, why are you not paying your 70 mil striker? So it's getting, not maybe necessarily the best set of players on the pitch, but the players that are going to play together in the best way. And I don't think he's able to do that with all the outside voices and pressure. He doesn't know his best team, basically. Yeah,
basically. Well, there's a lot of conversation around our front three anyway, but look, let's go on to the next one.
Okay, there's lots about new managers, but this one, Oliver Glasner comes in and gets Manchester United top 6. Do you think he's capable?
Oh, top 6. I thought you were going to say he does well. I think he will do well. Top 6 is, that's a big one. You kind of got to look at the other teams that will be in and around top 6. I still don't think that we are in that conversation. Well, top 5, definitely not. Top 6 is difficult because...
I said that when I look at Amorim, the squad is better than what we're currently performing at, which is like the West Ham level, like 15th level.
Yeah.
I think our squad is like a top 8 squad. I don't think it's a top 6 squad, though. It's not as good as what people might think it is.
The only way we can get top 6 is, and United have done this in the past before, we somehow just clutch out games at the end of the season. Like, we always just go on like a little run where we shouldn't really get a top 4, we shouldn't get a top 6, but we end up getting it because we just clutch out a lot of games. So that might be the only way we do get a top 6, but to say that, to put that amount of pressure on Glasner is a lot. I think that's a lot. I think really what we should be expecting if he was to come in at any time soon is a top 8, like you said, maybe top 10. I think that should be the expectation, but for to say top 6, I think that's a bit harsh, a bit of a unrealistic expectation.
Well, 15th to 6th is a lot in one summer, but I have a quick question to ask you before I move on to the next one. Is the Crystal Palace squad stronger than the United squad?
No. I think it's on par.
He's currently 3rd in the Prem and he's 18 games unbeaten. He beat Liverpool in the Cup.
I think he's a very good manager.
So if he came to United, is it possible with time that you can get that out of this squad if that squad is better?
Yeah, time, but how long has he been at Crystal Palace though? Like I'm saying in the future, yeah, definitely. But I'm saying for this season, to change everything around in one season to get into top 6 from where they are now is going to be difficult.
Would you want to stick with that same 3 at the back? I know it's slightly different the way you play is, but I think it's more about principles anyway, but would you stick with the same 3 at the back just to get someone as good as Glasner in? I mean, 18 games unbeaten, trophy at Frankfurt, last into Europe, like, he's got a good CV.
Yeah, well, I mean, Glasner said himself that the only reason why he plays that is because based on the players, and he said that his preferred formation is actually 4-4-2, so I can see him coming here and looking at the team and saying, what is the best formation with these players? So I don't expect him to play 3 at the back. I expect him to just pick whatever works for this team.
Mods, I mean, guys, I said these were hot takes. This next one is Patrick Dorgu has got the potential to be as good as Nuno Mendes.
You take this one.
He's young.
I'm not taking this one.
He's young. Right, I'll point out the positives really, really quick. He's young. He works really hard. He works his socks off. He's got really good physical capabilities. He's strong. He never gets injured. He's quick. I think defensively he's really good. I think defensively he's solid. He's durable. He gets a good tackling. He reads the game quite well. However, I'll tell you why he's not got the potential to be as good as Nuno Mendes. I'm sorry, Dorgu, I hope you can be, I hope you prove me wrong. First touch. It's something you can't really work on massive amounts once you are like in the professional game. And his first touch lets him down so often. He's our biggest attacking outlet, and the decision making, which I think you can work on, but you know, that natural in-game intelligence when you're getting forward. I mean, there's a difference between you're looking at Amad and a Garnacho. Amad just has it. Garnacho's got talent, but its decision making is consistently wrong. It's something that needs working on. With Dorgu, I just think his first touch, his crossing, his decision making, he's not got anywhere near the same attacking prowess as a Nuno Mendes. If he can work on it, fantastic. He's got the speed. He's got the things you can't teach. Speed, physical capabilities. He's got the engine. He's got the work rate. He's got the attitude. But that first touch and that technical ability, for me, doesn't have a patch on Nuno Mendes.
Yeah, I think Nuno Mendes is a high... That's the best in the world. We're basically saying that he's going to be the best fullback in the world.
I don't even think he's top 10 in the league, so...
Yeah. All right, so the next one is from a Sporting fan. So they said, I wouldn't want 80% of this Man U squad at Sporting. They're not Man United quality players.
I think that's a really good point, because we know Sporting fans absolutely love Ruben Amorim, and he turned things around there. There is a difference between Sporting and Manchester United, a big difference. As much as I respect Sporting, thank you for everything that you kind of done for us. But you still have to be getting more out of the players you've got. I get that. I actually do think this squad is nowhere near the level of a United squad that's capable to compete for the top end of the Premier League. But I've said it before, I'll say it again. There's levels to failure. There's, you know, being like 7th, 8th after a 15th season, being around the 7th or 8th mark, and, you know, you've kicked on a bit with your new signings, but it's obvious you still need a midfielder, you still need a goalkeeper. Certain situations are costing you. I mean, Bayindir is just a nightmare. He's not been able to throw in his first choice keeper yet for some reason. Midfield is something that has been abandoned. However, he chose to put Bruno Fernandes in there. So, you know, you've got to look at that. However, right, you're at a point where you look at his points record. It's ridiculous. It's one of the lowest that has ever been in the Premier League. Like, we're not talking about 8th, 9th. We're talking about relegation form. So you've got to show me something. Like, Ten Hag, he showed trophies. He knew how to win a trophy, right? Amorim has not shown anything. Like Grimsby out. That, to be fair, is on the players. The players as well. Like, they should be doing better there. Europa League final against Spurs, limp performance. You've had a pre-season. I'm not seeing loads of difference, and it's like, come on now, in-game management doesn't change a game. So the players are not good enough, but the manager has to be doing more.
I agree, and I think obviously the hot take is more based on that. He's basically saying, look, the players that you have aren't even good enough for us. They're basically saying, look, at Sporting, which is a lower level to the Premier League, because obviously Portuguese league is a bit different. But I agree in the sense of, I just feel like the players that we have, the quality that they're showing is nowhere near what they're capable of showing right now. Every single one of our players can get better.
And it's up to the managers to get the best out of your players. Like, as a manager, you are paid to get the best out of your players. Okay, you'll need to move a lot of them on. You'll need to bring new players in. But you've got your first point of call as a manager is to get points on the board and make your players better. No player, I feel like, has improved.
Yeah, I agree.
More to finish off, we'll do a few quick-fire questions. Sun's out as well. Hopefully that means things are getting better around here. First one, a lot of talk about Mazraoui. Mazraoui is more important to this team than Bruno Fernandes in the current setup.
I think in the current setup is probably the key part. I still disagree. Because I feel like he's just not being utilised well in the setup anyway. So it's like, if we utilise Bruno to his best capabilities in the setup, he'll be 10 times the player he's playing at right now. But we're not seeing that. We're seeing Bruno playing in a position where he's not supposed to be playing there, and we're seeing probably the worst Bruno that we're going to get. So I don't agree, but I understand where they're trying to come from in terms of Mazraoui right now is actually a very vital player in the setup in that right-sided or left-sided centre-back role. It is very, very vital, and we're actually seeing good performances consistently from him as well. So I can understand where they're coming from, but I think Bruno's just a different class anyway.
It's pretty simple for me, and this is another thing that, in my opinion, is a bit of a slight on Amorim. I don't want it to be a witch hunt for Amorim, but your best player at the club, Bruno Fernandes, is the best player at the club, in my opinion. And you are getting the worst out of him. In the current setup, with the players that are playing the way that they are, in how disjointed it is, Mazraoui is more important. If we're actually playing at a good level and Bruno's in his best position, Bruno is our most important player.
I mean,
It's
last
as simple
season
as
he
that.
was our most important player, so...
Simple as that. And then a bit of a rogue one to finish us off. A hot take to finish off the hot take video.
Let's do it.
Kobbie and Mount in the midfield together and we win every game.
As in what, the midfield too?
Yeah.
Kobbie and Mount in the midfield. Nah, we don't.
Even the camera guy shaking his head.
We don't win every game. Like it's not going to change the other problems that we have in this team. Yeah, I'm not even going to go into that, but I don't see that happening.
I wouldn't go as extreme as win every game. However, I actually think they could be a good combination.
It's an improvement.
I'd like to see it if Mount could stay fit.
Yeah.
Both really technically assured. Mount gets around the pitch really well. He's actually a better tackler than what you'd expect. He's intelligent, good positional awareness, and Mainoo can carry the ball super well. Okay, aerially, you are probably going to get dominated aerially, and if you don't set up in the right way as team shape, you're always going to have gaps in that midfield. But I think as a duo, they're both very energetic, very good at getting interceptions into to win the ball back, quick turnovers, good on the ball, both intelligent. Don't think it's a bad shout.
But one question: do you get the best out of Mason Mount in that position?
Not seen it yet. He's not going to... Cunha has been bought to play in that left-sided 10 and Mount's still an intelligent player. I think he can play there, but again, the setup's got to be better. Do you know what the point is? And I'll finish on this. People are not going to like me in this video, but I've got to be honest.
The
point is, this squad is suited to 3 players in the midfield. It's suited to have 3 midfielders in. Kobbie, Mount, Bruno. I mean, that's probably not the best setup, to be fair. Casemiro, Mainoo, Bruno. Casemiro, Mainoo, Mount. Like you could have
Cunha in a 10.
Them sort of combinations. So I think a 3-man midfield makes this squad better. But I wouldn't rule out Kobbie and Mount together. It's just the managers. I don't think would ever pick it. But I don't think it'd be the worst combination that he's ever picked.
Okay, so that was your hot takes. There were some very rogue ones in there, but I enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and you can also comment next time so we can include your hot takes into our next video. We're going to try and make this, weekly?
Weekly, yeah. It's just
message Mark.
Sit down with your mates, have a good old chat about United.
Yeah, get a glass of water as well, you know what I mean? But anyway, look, we are at 11th Central, right outside of Old Trafford, you can see. So come down before the games, after the games, and also take a selfie here at the selfie spot. What does it say? Theatre of Dreams. Come down, you can enjoy it. Obviously, I mean, it's nice weather now, but you never know.
I've been that up all video. I can't wait to take my selfie there.
But anyway, yeah, thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.